What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Derek Chisora, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. Get this, Derek Chisora states that Jake Paul now looks to be the favorite, so all the odds are favoring Jake and everything. All the fans are saying, Jake, Jake, Jake. But I've got a feeling that Jake might get stopped by Tommy Fury. But if it happens, but if that happens, then, oh, wow. But if it goes the other way around, then Jesus Christ, it's not great. Everybody's saying Jake, Jake, Jake. And I think what's happening right now is that Jake's confidence is so high up that he's brushing off Tommy easy. So, those are the words of Derek Chisora. And based on Derek Chisora's changed prediction, he may think Jake Paul has been smelling too much of himself based on him being the favorite. And me counterpunching that is a theory. I don't really think it's a change of prediction. I think he's throwing that in. He's throwing that in there as a possibility. Okay, because it is a possibility that people, are going to think Jake Paul is going to steamroll right over Tommy Fury because he's a novice. He's, hasn't fought anyone like Jake Paul, but then Jake Paul hasn't fought anyone, period, that's like that, except for a 47-year-old legend of Anderson Silva, okay? Another UFC guy, which is also old, and Tyron. So, Tommy Fury still does have a lot to prove, though, because despite of all the hype, he still has to knock out Jake Paul, and he has to do it convincingly to show that, first of all, he's a real boxer. His reputation's on the line of being a real boxer, and if he gets knocked out by Jake Paul, he won't be considered ever a real boxer. That's the problem. Now, I can see why Derek Chisora thinks the confidence may be getting to Jake Paul, because we know that Jake Paul now has lashed back out at comments from Carl Froch. Okay, so Carl Froch is not to be played with. Okay, he's the real deal. This is not a Tommy Fury. This is not a Tyron Woodley, and it's not an Anderson Silva. He's excelled in his career, and he's had a great career. And he's one of those guys that even at 45, you still can't mess with. And Jake Paul is entertaining that, putting energy into it. So, yeah, I can see why Derek Chisora has that type of mindset, of course, and thinking that Jake Paul is maybe overlooking Tommy Fury. Okay, so that's the last thing he wants to do. However, I look at it like this. What's the action? The action is, yeah, he's talking the Carl Froch stuff, but he put in a rematch clause. You see what I mean? Only him. It's a one-sided one. It's not that Tommy gets a rematch if he loses. No, it's if Jake loses, he gets a rematch against Tommy Fury. So I'd look at those type of things on why people put rematch clauses in, because there has to be some type of guarantee or insurance, seguro, that, that could possibly happen. I mean, let's face it, Lomachenko didn't even give Teofimo Lopez a rematch clause and put it in his contract. So, Jake Paul has. So at least on the business end, he's covering his ass in case he does get put on his ass. Okay? So what Derek Chisora is saying, hey, look, it could happen. So don't be surprised if it does. But I still think Derek Chisora feels that Jake Paul will knock out Tommy Fury, because he wouldn't even mention, well, if it goes the other way, then it won't be great. You know what I mean? So that's more like a flip-flop. It's not like a total change of prediction like Tony Bellew did from Tyson Fury, picking him to beat Usyk, now turns around from Usyk to beat Tyson Fury. So I think this is just something that Derek Chisora put in there to make that interesting, to give that some light, to make people understand that this is a possibility. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Derek Chisora seeming to change his prediction of Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!